In the last episode, Elara teetered on the brink of collapse as Alex, with the help of his allies, fought to protect the planet from Archon's tyrannical regime and the biotechnology threats posed by Lyra. The recent battles had taken a toll on Alex, leaving him reeling from the weight of responsibility for Elara's future. The reactivation of the Eldrid ruins distress signal had set off a chain reaction, compelling him to embark on a perilous quest to uncover the secrets hidden within the rumored bunker. I step out of the dimly lit briefing room, my eyes adjusting to the stark sunlight that streams through the viewport of our makeshift base. The hum of Arkea's engineers and technicians provides a steady background thrum as they scramble to prepare our gear for the journey ahead. My thoughts still reel from the cryptic message we intercepted from the Eldrid ruins. It's a call for help, or a warning, I'm not sure which. Arkea's leader, Kael, approaches me, her expression grim. We've confirmed the bunker exists, Alex. Our scans indicate it's buried deep beneath the ruins. We can't let this opportunity slip. I nod, feeling a sense of determination solidify within me. We'll need to move fast, if Archon's forces discover it first. My comms device beeps, interrupting our conversation. I glance at the screen, and my heart skips a beat as I see Dr. Elara's face. Alex, I've finished analyzing the Lyra data. I think I can help you navigate the bunker's defenses, but we need to move now. I've detected anomalies in the Eldrid ruins' energy signature. I exchange a look with Kael and we share a resolute nod. Let's get moving. As we exit the base, I'm greeted by the harsh landscape of Elara's ravaged cityscape. The ruins stretch out before us, a maze of twisted metal and rubble. I spot a figure waiting by our extraction ship, Kael, the enigmatic smuggler. His eyes lock onto mine and I sense a flicker of recognition. We don't have much time. We need to get to the Eldrid ruins before Archon's forces do. Kael's expression remains inscrutable, but he nods curtly. I'm in. Let's get this done. The four of us, Kael, Dr. Elara, Kael, and I exchange brief nods as we board the ship. Our journey into the unknown begins now. The engines roar to life and our ship blasts off into the uncertain future. As we descend into the ruins, the air thickens with an eerie energy. I feel it seeping into my bones like a cold mist. Dr. Elara's voice cuts through the tension. We're approaching the bunker entrance. Hold on. The ship lurches, throwing us against our restraints. I grit my teeth, bracing for impact. The silence that follows is oppressive, punctuated only by the creaking of twisted metal. I glance at my companions and we share a deep breath. It's time to uncover the secrets of Eldrid. Previously, Alex answered the Eldrid ruins distress signal, joining forces with Dr. Elara, Kael, and Kael to explore the rumored bunker, driven by the promise of crucial data on Lyra's biotechnology and Archon's sinister plans. As I push open the creaking door, a dimly lit corridor stretches out before us, punctuated by flickering consoles and rows of humming machinery. The air is thick with the scent of ozone and burned circuits. I exchange a tense glance with my companions, our senses on high alert. What is this place? Kael whispers, her eyes scanning the horizon. Dr. Elara's gaze is fixed on the consoles. It's some kind of research lab. I think we've stumbled upon the source of the anomalies in the Eldrid ruins' energy signature. As Dr. Elara begins to interface with the consoles, the machines spring to life, bathing us in a warm blue glow. I feel an electric tingle in my veins as if the bunker's energy is resonating with my own biotechnology. Suddenly, holographic displays flicker to life around us, casting eerie, otherworldly lights on our faces. The images depict ancient civilizations, their bodies merged with mechanical components, their eyes burning with an otherworldly power. I feel a shiver run down my spine as I realize that these images are a testament to the long-lost Elarans, the ones who had mastered the art of integrating technology with their own biology. Dr. Elara's voice is filled with awe. This is it, Alex. This is the key to understanding Lyra's biotechnology and Archon's plans. We need to Her words are cut short as the consoles emit a piercing siren. The holographic displays flicker and the machines hum with an ominous power. "What's happening?" Kael demands, her hand instinctively reaching for her holstered pistol. Dr. Elara's face is pale. "I think we've triggered a failsafe. This bunker was designed to self-destruct if compromised. We need to get out now." "I don't hesitate. We can't let Archon get his hands on this technology. We need to get this data out of here, no matter the cost." As we make a frantic dash for the exit, the bunker begins to tremble, the humming with an increasingly deadly power. We're racing against time, our footsteps echoing off the metal walls as we fight to escape the impending doom. The air is thick with tension, our ragged breathing the only sound amidst the ominous silence. We burst through the door, our extraction ship mere meters away, its engines roaring to life as we sprint towards it. We're not going to make it. Suddenly, Kael's strong hand grips my shoulder, yanking me back. "Not that way, Alex." I spin around and my eyes widen as I see the maelstrom unfolding before us. A massive blast wave is barreling towards us, its destructive power about to consume everything in its path. "Get down," Kael yells as she tackles me to the ground. I feel the impact, the world around me erupting into chaos as the blast wave engulfs us. The sound a deafening roar that drowns out all fades to black previously. Alex and his allies responded to the Eldrid ruins distress call, discovering a hidden bunker containing ancient Etherian technology and biotechnology secrets. As they attempted to escape with the data, the bunker self-destructed, and they narrowly survived the blast wave, but not without severe injuries and an uncertain fate. His vision blurred, Alex's consciousness flickered back to life, his head pounding in rhythm with the steady beeping of machines surrounding him. He was in some sort of medical facility, the dim lighting and sterile atmosphere a far cry from the rugged, battle-scarred world outside. Dr. Elara's concerned face hovered above him, her eyes red-rimmed from exhaustion. "Alex, can you hear me?" Her voice was laced with desperation. "You've been out for hours. We almost lost you." Groggily, he struggled to sit up, the hospital bed creaking beneath him. Dr. Elara rushed to assist him, helping him settle into a more comfortable position. The makeshift infirmary was filled with makeshift medical equipment cobbled together from scavenged parts. As his vision sharpened, he spotted Elara and Kael standing at the foot of the bed, their faces etched with worry and fatigue. They had made it out alive, but at what cost? The bunker's destruction would have sent shockwaves throughout the Etherian underground, and Archon's regime would be relentless in their pursuit of the escaped rebels. What happened?" Alex stammered, his parched throat protesting the effort. Dr. Elara gently offered him a hydration pack and he sucked down the cool liquid. "We managed to get you out of the blast radius, but not before you suffered severe injuries. Your biotechnology, it's been trying to compensate, but we need to get you out of here, back to safety." Alex's gaze drifted to his left arm, now heavily bandaged and splinted. A jolt of pain shot through his shoulder as he tried to move it. What other wounds lay hidden beneath the medical gear? As he glanced around the makeshift infirmary, his gaze locked onto a peculiar device, its interface flickering with the same energy signature as the bunker's ruins. "What's that?" Dr. Elara followed his gaze. "It's a prototype device, one I found in the bunker's wreckage. It's linked to your biotechnology, trying to stabilize your condition. But there's something strange, Alex. Your biosigns, they are not stabilizing. It's as if your body is trying to adapt." Dr. Elara's eyes, filled with a mixture of wonder and trepidation, left Alex with more questions than answers. What was happening to him? Was this some newfound manifestation of his Etherian heritage? And what lay ahead, now that Thade escaped the bunker but remained in the crosshairs of Archon's regime? As Alex's gaze swept across the makeshift infirmary, he knew that this fragile respite was only the beginning. They had to keep moving, one step ahead of their enemies. The fate of Etheria's future hung in the balance previously. Alex and his allies responded to the Eldrid ruins distress call, discovering a hidden bunker containing ancient Etherian technology and biotechnology secrets. As they attempted to escape with the data, the bunker self-destructed, and they narrowly survived the blast wave, but not without severe injuries and an uncertain fate. Alex's eyes snapped open, his gaze fixed on the dim lights of the makeshift infirmary as Dr. Elara leaned in, her voice barely above a whisper. "Alex, we need to move. Now, Archon's forces are closing in on our position. We have maybe an hour, tops." As Alex struggled to rise, the medical equipment around him beeped in protest, and Dr. Elara's hands shot out to steady him. "Not yet, not yet," she muttered, her eyes darting to the device linked to his biotechnology. "We need to stabilize your condition before—" "No time," Kael interrupted, his voice laced with urgency. "We need to get Alex out of here, and get that device with him. Whatever it's doing to his biosigns, we can't let Archon's people get their hands on it." The makeshift infirmary erupted into a flurry of activity as Dr. Elara, Kael, and Kaelin scrambled to prepare for their hasty departure. Amidst the chaos, his gaze locked onto the prototype device, a nagging sense of unease growing in his chest. What secrets lay hidden within its programming, and why did it feel like his body was trying to adapt, to evolve beyond its current limitations? With Dr. Elara's guidance, they managed to stabilize Alex's condition enough to transport him, but the journey was far from smooth. As they navigated through the treacherous Etherian landscape, avoiding detection by Archon's forces, the device's influence on Alex's biotechnology became more pronounced. His senses heightened, and he began to perceive the world around him in ways he couldn't fully comprehend. The rugged terrain blurred into a kaleidoscope of colors as Alex's connection to the prototype device intensified. He felt the pulse of the planet beneath his feet, the thrum of ancient technology, and the resonance of his own latent abilities awakening. In the midst of this sensory overload, Dr. Elara's voice cut through the din, her words laced with a mixture of wonder and trepidation. "Alex, I think I understand what's happening. Your body is trying to synchronize with the planet's energy signature, tapping into the Etherian heritage. It's like nothing I've ever seen before." As the landscape shifted, Alex's gaze locked onto a vision: an ancient temple, hidden within the depths of Etheria's ravaged cityscape. The temple's entrance pulsed with an energy signature identical to the prototype device. With a certainty he couldn't explain, Alex knew that was where they needed to go. The temple held secrets, ancient artifacts, and perhaps the key to unlocking his true potential. But as they approached the temple's entrance, a familiar, ominous presence loomed in the shadows: Archon's elite forces, waiting to strike. The fate of Etheria's future hung in the balance as Alex, Dr. Elara, Kael, and Kaelin embarked on a perilous journey, where the lines between ally and foe blurred, and Alex's transformation into a champion of hope would be forged in the heart of the ancient temple previously. Alex and his allies escaped the bunker's destruction, only to find themselves pursued by Archon's forces, with Alex's biotechnology linked to a mysterious prototype that was awakening his latent abilities. As the temple's entrance pulsed with energy, Archon's elite forces emerged from the shadows. Their leader, Commander Riker, sneering at Alex with a mixture of curiosity and contempt. "You're the one they call the savior of Etheria. How quaint. Well, see how long you last against our superior firepower." Dr. Elara stepped forward, her voice laced with a quiet authority. "I think we can even the odds. Alex, can you sense the temple's energy signature? Can you tap into it?" Alex nodded, his senses already attuning to the ancient power. The prototype device hummed in response, and the air around him crackled with electricity. With a burst of confidence, Alex led the charge, Dr. Elara, Kael, and Kaelin following close behind. The temple's entrance swallowed them whole, and they found themselves in a labyrinthine chamber, where ancient artifacts and relics lined the walls. Commander Riker and his forces pursued, their footsteps echoing through the chamber. But as they engaged in a fierce battle, Alex began to realize that the temple was more than just a repository of ancient knowledge. It was a testing ground for those who would wield its power. The artifacts around him began to react, responding to his presence. A series of cryptic trials unfolded, each one designed to push Alex to the limits of his newfound abilities. Dr. Elara and strategized alongside him, while Kael and Kaelin fought to hold off Commander Riker's forces. As the trials intensified, Alex discovered that the temple was not just a repository of ancient knowledge but a gateway to the collective memories of Etherea's past. He began to see visions of the ancient civilization that once thrived on this planet and the catastrophic event that had brought about their downfall. The visions haunted him, but they also granted him insight into the temple's secrets. With each trial, Alex's connection to the planet's energy signature grew, his latent abilities unfolding like a blooming flower. Commander Riker, however, was not one to be easily deterred. As the trials reached their climax, he launched a devastating attack, hoping to crush Alex's newfound confidence. In the heat of the battle, Alex discovered an unexpected ally, Lyrian, who had infiltrated Commander Riker's ranks, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. With Lyrian's help, they managed to defeat Commander Riker and his forces, but not without scars. As they emerged from the temple, they were met with a breathtaking view of Etherea's cityscape, now transformed into a battleground. The once dormant Etherean rebels, inspired by Alex's transformation, began to rise up, taking back their world from the oppressive regime. As Alex stood tall, his eyes locked onto the stronghold of Archon's regime, a beacon of hope in a world torn apart. He knew that the final battle was just on the horizon, but he was no longer afraid. In this moment, Alex understood that his journey was not just about saving Etherea, but about rediscovering the lost heritage of his people and unlocking a new era of freedom and hope. Previously, Alex and his allies defeated Commander Riker's forces, and Alex connected with the temple's energy signature, unlocking his latent abilities. The rebels began to rise, taking back their world from the oppressive regime. As Alex stood victorious, the temple's energy pulsed through his veins like liquid fire. He raised his eyes to the stronghold of Archon's regime, his heart pounding with anticipation. The final battle was imminent and he was no longer afraid. But a sudden, unsettling silence fell over the cityscape. The rebels' triumphant cries died down and an eerie stillness gripped the air. "What's going on?" Kaelin whispered, her hand on the hilt of her sword. "It's Archon," Dr. Elara said, her voice barely above a whisper. "He's making his move." A faint hum resonated through the air, growing louder by the second. The sky darkened and a massive aerial cruiser descended, casting a long, ominous shadow. Archon's personal vessel, the Eclipse, hovered above the city, its engines thrumming with pent-up energy. "By the ancients," Kael breathed, his eyes fixed on the behemoth ship. Archon's voice boomed from the Eclipse's loudspeakers, echoing across the city. "Alex, the time for games is over. You've played into my hands perfectly. Now, you'll witness the true extent of my power." With a deafening roar, a barrage of energy beams erupted from the ship, leveling city blocks and incinerating entire neighborhoods. Panic and chaos erupted as the rebels scrambled to respond. Alex's vision narrowed, his focus fixed on Archon's vessel. A spark of determination ignited in his chest. He knew that this was the moment of truth, the moment when he would rise to meet his destiny. "Dr. Elara, can you hack into the Eclipse's systems?" Alex asked, his eyes locked on the ship. "I'll try, but Archon's security is—" "No try," Alex said, his voice firm. "I need you to buy me time." As Dr. Elara began to work her magic, Alex turned to Kael, Kaelin, and Lyrian. "We need to get to the Eclipse. We have to stop Archon before it's too late." A fierce determination kindled in their eyes, and together, they charged into the heart of the chaos, ready to face whatever lay ahead. The battle for Etherea's future had reached its climax, and the fate of the planet hung in the balance. Previously, Alex and his allies defeated Commander Riker's forces, and Alex connected with the temple's energy signature, unlocking his latent abilities. The rebels began to rise, taking back their world from the oppressive regime. However, their victory was short-lived, as Archon's personal vessel, the Eclipse, descended upon the city, leveling city blocks and incinerating entire neighborhoods. As Alex sprinted towards the Eclipse, the air thickened with desperation of the rebels and the terror of the city's screams. He could feel the weight of Archon's vengeance bearing down on him, but he refused to yield. With Dr. Elara scrambling to hack into the Eclipse's systems, Alex knew he had to buy her time. He launched himself towards the ship, dodging energy beams and debris with a reckless abandon that bordered on madness. Kael and Kaelin flanking him, Lyrian providing cover fire from a nearby rooftop. Alex leapt onto the Eclipse's hull, his hand grasping for a handhold as the engine's roar threatened to dislodge him. For a heartbeat, he dangled in midair, his eyes locked on the viewport where Archon's face twisted in malevolent triumph. Then, with a Herculean heave, Alex swung upwards, planting his boots on the hull and launching himself towards the cockpit previously. Alex connected with the ancient temple's energy, unlocking his latent abilities, and the rebels began their uprising against the oppressive regime. However, their victory was short-lived, as Archon's personal vessel, the Eclipse, descended upon the city, leveling city blocks and incinerating entire neighborhoods. As Alex burst into the cockpit, the stench of ozone and burning circuitry filled his nostrils. Archon's eyes locked onto him, a mixture of fascination and contempt etched on his face. The air seemed to vibrate with an almost otherworldly energy, as if the very fabric of reality was warping to accommodate the intensity of their clash. Suddenly, the Eclipse lurched violently, throwing Alex off balance, as Dr. Elara's hacking efforts finally breached the ship's defenses. The viewport darkened, and the engine's deafening roar subsided, replaced by an unsettling silence. Alex stood tall, his eyes locked on Archon as the regime's leader sneered, "You're just in time to witness the birth of a new order." With a flick of his wrist, Archon activated a hidden console and the Eclipse's hull began to shimmer, revealing a massive energosphere that threatened to engulf the city. "This is the true power of Lyra's biotechnology," Archon gloated, "and with it, I will reshape Etherea in my image." Without hesitation, Alex charged forward, determined to stop Archon's sinister plan. But as he reached out to grab the regime's leader, a blinding flash illuminated the cockpit and the Eclipse's systems began to malfunction wildly. The ship lurched violently, throwing Alex and Archon off balance. Dr. Elara's frantic voice echoed in Alex's earpiece, "I've got control of the ship, but it's going to crash land. Get out now." As the Eclipse plummeted towards the city, Alex knew he had to act fast. He grabbed Archon and with a Herculean strength propelled them both out of the cockpit, clear of the wreckage. They landed hard on the rubble-strewn street, the Eclipse's explosion mere seconds behind. The blast wave sent Alex flying, Archon tumbling nearby. As the dust settled, Alex struggled to his feet, gazing upon the devastation. Archon slowly rose, his eyes filled with an unholy intensity. "You may have foiled my plans, Alex," the regime's leader spat, "but you've also played into my hands. The crash site will be swarming with my loyalists. Your rebels will be crushed, and Lyra's biotechnology will finally be unleashed upon Etherea." With a cold determination, Alex vowed to stop Archon's plans, no matter the cost. He turned to face the ruined cityscape, knowing that his next move would determine the fate of Etherea and the course of his own destiny. The crash site was mere kilometers away. The battle for the ruins had already begun, and the fate of the resistance hung in the balance previously. Alex thwarted Archon's plan to reshape Etherea with the Eclipse, but the crash site is now swarming with loyalists, threatening to crush the rebels. Archon's determination to unleash Lyra's biotechnology on Etherea only intensified, and Alex is more resolute than ever to stop him. As Alex charges towards the battle-scarred landscape, the echoes of the Eclipse's crash still reverberating in his mind, he's met with a chilling sight. Lyra's insignia emblazoned on the rubble, surrounded by Archon's loyalists, their eyes glowing with an unnatural fervor. The ground beneath him begins to tremble, heralding the arrival of Kael, an enigmatic smuggler whose customized dropship bursts onto the scene, spewing forth a hail of suppressing fire that clears a path for Alex to join the fray. The trio converges, exchanging brief, urgent words amidst the cacophony of clashing forces. Dr. Elara's hacking prowess keeps the Loyalists' advanced combat drones at bay, as Kael expertly pilots his ship to provide covering fire for their push towards the ruins. Alex, fueled by his determination to claim the secrets within, spearheads the charge, dodging laser blasts and leaping over debris-strewn chasms. Behind them, the ruins of the cityscape smolder as the once familiar landscape is reshaped by the chaos of war. With the Loyalists closing in, the trio finally reaches the bunker's entrance, a towering, ancient structure shrouded in mystery. The air around them seems to thicken, as the Eldrid ruins' distress signal begins to pulse in harmony with Alex's own, heightening his senses and drawing him closer to the secrets hidden within previously. Alex, Dr. Elara and Kael fought their way through Archon's loyalists to reach the ancient bunker, where the reactivated distress signal beckoned Alex closer to unlocking the secrets of the Eldrid ruins and Archon's sinister plans. As Alex's hand touches the bunker's entrance, the pulsing signal surges, and a blinding flash illuminates the desolate landscape, sending the trio stumbling back. The blast dissipates, revealing a massive, cryptic glyph etched into the stone, radiating an otherworldly energy that resonates with Alex's connection to the Eldrid. The air seems to crackle with anticipation, as if the very fabric of reality is about to unravel. "Get ready," Alex whispers, his eyes fixed on the symbol. "Whatever's inside, I can feel it calling to me." Without hesitation, Alex steps forward and the glyph begins to glow with an intense, pulsating light. The air around the trio distorts as if reality is bending to accommodate their presence. The bunker's entrance begins to shimmer, its ancient stones crackling with pent-up energy. The signal reaches a crescendo, and with a final blinding flash, the entrance dissipates, revealing a dimly lit chamber beyond. Alex steps through the threshold, his footsteps echoing in the chamber's stillness. The others hesitate, unsure what dangers lie ahead, but Alex's unwavering determination inspires them to follow as they venture into the heart of the ancient bunker previously. Alex, Dr. Elara, and Kael reach the ancient bunker, where the reactivated distress signal led Alex to unlock a cryptic glyph, resonating with his connection to the Eldrid. As the entrance shimmered, revealing a dimly lit chamber beyond, Alex stepped forward, his determination inspiring the others to follow. As Alex's boots echo through the chamber, the silence is abruptly shattered by the hum of ancient machinery whirring back to life. The air thickens, heavy with the scent of ozone as luminescent orbs suspended from the ceiling begin to pulse in synchrony with Alex's heartbeat. Dr. Elara's eyes widen, her gaze darting between the orbs and Alex, as if searching for a connection. "Alex, I think you're syncing with the bunker's systems," she whispers, her voice barely audible over the growing hum. This could be the key to unlocking Lyra's biotechnology and Archon's plans. The orbs brighten, casting an ethereal glow across the room, illuminating rows of ancient consoles, their screens flickering to life. Alex's eyes lock onto a specific console, its screen displaying a schematic of Lyra's biotech research facility. The smuggler's instincts kick in, and he senses a hidden message hidden within the blueprints. Suddenly, the orbs flash, and the hum reaches a deafening crescendo. The chamber begins to shake and the consoles erupt in a frenzy of beeps and warnings. A cold, mechanical voice booms through the bunker, authorization protocols engaged. Elysium Initiative, online. The lights dim and the chamber plunges into darkness, leaving only the faint hum of machinery and the sound of Alex's ragged breathing. In the darkness, Dr. Elara's hand brushes against Alex, A spark of hope in the midst of chaos. We're close, Alex, we have to be. As the darkness slowly recedes, the chamber's lighting system flickers back online, casting an eerie glow across the room. Alex's eyes snap toward the console where the schematic has transformed into a cryptic message emblazoned across the screen. Elysium's Gate, authorized access. The price of progress, redemption. Alex's eyes narrow, his mind racing with the implications. What does it mean? He asks, his voice barely above a whisper. Dr. Elara's eyes lock onto the message, her gaze intense. I think I know what it means, Alex. It means we're one step closer to unlocking Lyra's secrets and taking down Archon's regime. Kael's voice cuts through the tension, but at what cost? We can't ignore the warning. Redemption always comes with a sacrifice. Alex's jaw clenches, his determination hardening into resolve. Whatever the price, we pay it. We have to. Etherea's future depends on it. The trio stands poised, ready to face the unknown as the chamber's systems hum back to life, casting a golden glow across the room, illuminating the path forward but also hinting at the dark secrets lurking in the shadows, waiting to be uncovered previously. The reactivation of the Eldrid ruins distress signal has set Alex, Dr. Elara, and Kael on a perilous quest to uncover the secrets hidden within the rumored bunker, where they've discovered a cryptic message hinting at the Elysium Initiative and a price of redemption. As the trio stands poised, ready to face the unknown, the chamber's systems hum back to life, casting a golden glow across the room. Dr. Elara's eyes lock onto Alex, her gaze intense. We need to decrypt the message. It's the key to unlocking Lyra's biotechnology and Archon's plans. Alex's jaw clenches, his determination hardening into resolve. I'll do it. I have to. Kael's voice cuts through the tension. Be careful, Alex. Whatever the price, we can't ignore the warning. Alex takes a deep breath, focusing on the console. The orbs suspended from the ceiling begin to pulse in synchrony with his heartbeat, and the air thickens, heavy with the scent of ozone. The console's screen flickers to life, and Alex's eyes lock onto the cryptic message. Suddenly, the message disintegrates and a new schematic appears, revealing a labyrinthine path through Archon's stronghold. This is it, Dr. Elara whispers, her voice barely audible over the hum of the machinery. This is the way in. Alex's eyes narrow, his mind racing with the implications. We do this and we have to do it now, before Archon discovers our plan. The trio exchanges a determined glance and Alex leads the way, steeling himself for the treacherous journey ahead. As they venture deeper into the stronghold, the hum of the machinery grows fainter, replaced by the sound of their own footsteps echoing through the corridors. They move with precision, avoiding traps and security drones until they reach the heart of the stronghold, a vast, dimly lit chamber housing the central core of Lyra's biotechnology research facility. The air is heavy with the scent of ozone, and the hum of machinery grows louder, pulsing with an otherworldly energy. At the center of the chamber, Archon stands, his eyes fixed on Alex, his face twisted into a snarl. You're too late, Alex. The Elysium Initiative is already online, and you'll never stop it. Alex's eyes lock onto Archon, his determination hardening into resolve. We'll see about that. With a fierce cry, the trio charges forward, fending off Archon's security forces and battling their way through the heart of the research facility. The air is filled with the sound of blaster fire, the scent of smoke, and the hum of machinery as the trio fights for the future of Etherea. As they near the core of the facility, the hum of the machinery grows louder, and the air pulses with an otherworldly energy. Alex's heart beats faster, his senses heightened as he faces his greatest fears and doubts. But he also discovers reservoirs of courage and resilience he never knew he possessed. With a final, desperate cry, Alex reaches the central core, his hand grasping for the heart of Lyra's biotechnology. The machine hums to life, and a blinding light envelops the chamber, casting an ethereal glow across the room. As the light fades, the chamber falls silent and the trio stands victorious, surrounded by the wreckage of Archon's regime. Alex's eyes lock onto the core, now destroyed, its secrets released into the air, freeing Etherea from Lyra's biotechnology. Dr. Elara's eyes lock onto Alex, her voice barely above a whisper. "You did it, Alex. You redeemed Etherea." Kael's voice cuts through the silence, but at what cost? Alex's jaw clenches, his determination hardening into resolve. Whatever the price, it was worth it. Etherea is free. As the trio stands victorious, the chamber begins to shake and the sound of blaster fire grows fainter, replaced by the sound of cheering crowds and the hum of machinery, pulsing with an otherworldly energy. Epilogue. Years later, Alex stands on the edge of a newly rebuilt city, its skyline glittering with the promise of a brighter future. Lyrian stands beside him, her eyes shining with hope. "You did it, Alex," she whispers, her voice barely audible over the hum of the machinery. "You paved the way for a new generation of rebels to rise against their oppressors." Alex's smile is tired but triumphant. "It wasn't just me, Lyrian. It was all of us, and it's far from over. There's still much to be done." Lyrian's eyes lock onto Alex, her gaze intense. "But for now, Alex, you can rest. You've earned it. The seeds of freedom have taken root, and a new dawn has broken.